Hello, friends. Do you love to travel and learn about new places and things? Great! Then you are in the right place. Join Jasmine the cat and Gracie the tortoise as they have fun exploring the USA, the world, and beyond.
Hello, friends. It's Jasmine, the jazzy gray cat, here with my bestie Gracie, the super smart tortoise. Say hi, Gracie.
Greetings, my good friends. Gracie here. I'm so glad you joined us today as we explore more about reptiles.
What a great idea, Gracie. You are a reptile, so you are an expert.
I do like to think I know a little bit about this group of creatures.
Oh, Gracie, you are so modest. I know that reptiles are cold-blooded vertebrates. Cold-blooded means that your body temperature becomes colder or hotter depending on the outside temperature. Being a vertebrate means you have a backbone.
That's right, Jasmine. Reptiles also have dry skin that is covered with bony plates or shells and lay eggs.
There are lots of different kinds of reptiles, but let's explore the tortoise family today. They are my fave reptiles. Do you know why, Gracie?
Could it be because I'm a tortoise? I will enlighten you with some background on tortoises, and then we can each pick a favorite one to talk about.
Great idea!
First of all, a tortoise is a kind of turtle, but a turtle is not a tortoise. We are a type of turtle that lives on land. I like water, but I can't swim. Although you may be impressed to know that we can hold our breath for about 30 minutes. I know turtles can hold their breath much longer, but it's still better than people who can only hold their breath for a couple of minutes.
30 minutes is very cool. Cats are like people and can only hold our breath for a couple of minutes. Get this, a group of tortoises is called a creep. I didn't think you were a scary reptile, Gracie.
Jasmine, we're not called a creep because we're scary, but because we creep along the ground. Although it is unusual to find a creep of tortoises because most of us like to have alone time and aren't partygoers.
Gracie, you are too funny. I know you like a party. I'm happy to know that you guys live a super long time, from 50 years all the way up to 250, depending on the type of tortoise. Right now, the oldest tortoise and oldest living land creature is a gentleman named Jonathan. He was born in 1832 and is 193 years old. He lives on an island in the South Pacific Ocean. He loves to be with his friend Frederick, another tortoise, and eat his favorite foods, lettuce hearts and bananas. I would love to meet him.
I would too. Not only do tortoises live a long time, but we have been around for millions of years. We are talking about 200 million. That's even longer than crocodiles and snakes.
Wow, so tortoises and dinosaurs were probably friends. Tortoises are vegetarians, eating plants, fruit, and even flowers. I guess flowers are a dessert. Favorite flowers are geraniums, carnations, dandelions, hibiscus, nasturtiums, and roses. Do any of those sound yummy to you, Gracie?
Well, I can't say no to a good carnation or a sweet rose. But you're right, flowers are a dessert. Vegetables are always number one. As reptiles, we hatch out of eggs. In the wild, a mom tortoise may lay up to 4 to 8 eggs in a nest dug out of the dirt. Eggs are round and about the size of ping-pong balls. When born, all tortoises look pretty much alike, but by the time we're adults, it's easier to tell who is who. Girls are usually smaller, with shorter tails, and the bottom of our shell is usually flatter.
How about we talk about those cool shells? Do you have feeling in your shell? I do love to be petted.
So do I. If you touch a tortoise, be very gentle. Soft pats and stroking is what we like. Tortoises actually have 2 skeletons, an inner and an outer one. They are known as an endoskeleton and an exoskeleton. The shells are heavy, which is why we move slowly, up to about 4 miles a day.
Tortoises are very cool, and you can find them just about anywhere. like deserts, forests, or tropical jungles, but not at the North or South Poles. Too cold.
Yes, being cold-blooded, we need heat to keep up our energy. In colder places, tortoises usually hibernate for up to 16 weeks. Now, how about this fun fact? When eggs are hatching, the temperature determines whether they will be boys or girls. If it's warmer out, more girls are born. If it's colder, more boys. This is caused by an enzyme called aromatase.
Now that we have lots of facts, let's each talk about a fave. I'm going to choose a big guy, the Galapagos giant tortoise. They live on the Galapagos Islands in the Pacific Ocean near Ecuador. The island was actually named after them. Galapagos is a Spanish word that means tortoise and saddle, and both of these words describe this tortoise. I'll tell you why in a minute. If you want to know more about the islands, check out that podcast.
That was a good episode. I loved it there.
Me too. Now, back to those GGs. That's what I call Galapagos giants. They can weigh up to 200 pounds, which is as much as a refrigerator, and grow to be about 4 feet long. They get really old, too. GGs can have over 100 birthdays. Now, about their shells. The top shell of a tortoise is a carapace. The shell underneath is the plastron. From living on these hot, dry islands, their shells develop this notch at the neck. This notch is shaped like a saddle. Having it helps them stretch their necks higher to reach vegetables that grow higher above the ground. The word Galapagos then describes them perfectly because they are tortoises with saddles.
Yes, that is a very good name for them. Anything else?
Of course! Because GGs can store up a really big amount of water, they can live without food or water for a whole year. They're bathing beauties and love to spend time lounging in shallow water. You would think that being so big means they have no enemies, but they do. The Galapagos hawk likes to eat their eggs and the babies. Also, there's habitat loss in hunting. One time there were over 250,000 Galapagos tortoises, but now there's just 17,000. But people are working to save them, so that's great. Now it's your turn, Gracie.
That was very interesting, Jasmine. I have chosen a tortoise nearer to home, the desert tortoise. These friends live in deserts in the southeastern United States and northwestern Mexico, where the ground can be up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit. Now that will give you hot feet.
Wow, how do they live there? That's way too hot for me.
The desert tortoise has ways to beat the heat. Using strong arms and nails, they dig underground tunnels to escape the sun. Some of these homes can be up to 32 feet deep. They have to be big because up to 25 friends may be living there together.
Oh, sounds like too much togetherness for me.
It can be. Sometimes when two males like the same spot, they come to blows. The altercation can get ugly when they try to knock each other over using horns on their chests. The winner is declared when one reptile flips the other one over.
Oh no, is the loser stuck that way forever?
Not to worry, Jasmine. The loser will eventually flip over by moving its body back and forth.
Wow, who knew tortoises could be so fierce? Anything else?
Why, yes. These clever tortoises dig channels in the earth to catch rain. After it rains, they go back to these grooves and drink up the water. Not that they need to drink very often. Desert tortoises are able to store water in their bladders and use it when they need it. This way they can go up to a year without drinking.
Whoa, a whole year! Just like those Galapagos. I learned so much about tortoises today, but now it's time for jokes. What did the tortoise say to the taco?
I know this one. Your shell or mine.
Yup, that's it. How about yours?
What do tortoises do on their birthday?
They celebrate. That was a good one. My favorite fact is that a group of tortoises is called a creep, even though they're not creepy. How about you, Gracie?
My favorite fact was that we have been around for millions of years and knew those dinosaurs. How about you, friends? What was your favorite fact? Don't forget to tell someone you love.
That's right. Come back next time because we're going to learn about turtles. Bye now. Say goodbye, Gracie.
Goodbye, my dear friends. See you next time.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining Jasmine and Gracie on their adventure today. Come back next week for the next one.
Hello, everybody. It's Gwen here. If you want to know more about the places we visited, just go to our website, jasmineandgracie.podbean.com, and go to the sources page, and you can find out all about the great places that we visited. See you next week. Bye-bye.